Settings, display message to spectators. Yo guys, Ash here from Network Studios. Welcome back to another stream inside of Grovewood. Just gonna be finishing off this premiere in this morning. Well, I have a bit of time before heading out for lunch. It's kind of nearly done, but there's still like a few little bits what need what just need doing to it before it's like completely completed. Just filling some like side walls in and stuff like that. I might add some windows on these walls here. I've not like completely decided yet whether it's a good idea to or not. It might be a decent idea. It's just you don't really see much on here other than this like smaller roof here, so I'm not sure whether adding windows here would be the best thing, because you're only going to be kind of looking across at the other part of premiering, where obviously people are going to be, so say for example if you're looking out of a window here, you're only directly looking across at another window, which is more than likely going to be somebody else's room. Now, I mean, unless you want to go to Premier Inn and have a staring competition from window to window with somebody, then, maybe put a window there, but otherwise I don't think you're going to really see anything that interesting, so I'm just going to like probably keep it plain. Then when we do interiors inside, we can put like TVs on the wall and that, and it'll work out pretty decent. So tonight is another vlogging night, guys. I'm going to another clubbing venue type place. I'm going to see Angie Brown live. She's going to Jack Sim's Rabbit in Hull, and she's going to be performing her live songs like I'm Gonna Get You Baby, all of them like classic 90s stuff what she sung, and it's going to be really interesting to go. Obviously gonna be vlogging it. That's like kind of why I'm telling you about it, because obviously I'm gonna be making videos to go on the channel of seeing her live, which is gonna be pretty decent. And then I think that's it for clubbing year, guys, for a little while. I think we're gonna have a few weeks where there isn't going to be a clubbing event, because like you've got to think, like, I enjoy doing these. I do enjoy like vlogging them and stuff like that, and don't worry, clubbing year is not going to stop, but you've got to pay each time you go. Like sometimes it's sometimes it's like tickets for places or events, and then it's like drinks and stuff like that. So it's not that I don't like going. I love going. It's just that it kind of can cost you a decent amount of money, which might not seem much, but if you're kind of spending that every single week, it kind of becomes, quite awkward to do. Then you've also got to arrange for lifts there and lifts back, or if it's like somewhere where you can stay at a family member's house, or like a friend's house or something, it makes it, So I think because there isn't really anything good happening in the next couple of weeks that I know of, unless something comes back up at Brid or something, we're not going to be doing anything to do with clubbing year. But there is also another reason why I want to take a little bit of a break from clubbing year just for a couple of weeks. Now, the reason why is because on the 28th of, I think it's the 28th of May, which is a bank holiday weekend or something like it. I think it was the 28th of May, or it could have been the 28th of June. But the reason why I want to take a break from clubbing year for a couple of weeks after this is no way it's Noble. Please, can I have your autograph? Lol. But yeah, the reason why is because there's like a big event going on in Leeds in a couple of weeks. Like I think in the 28th of May. It's on the bank holiday, and the reason why is I really want to go to this one, like more than like more than like some of the other events I usually want to go to, if that makes sense. Because this event is not, it's different to what you think. It's like a big bank holiday party in the warehouse at Leeds, but there's like quite a few different like people going, like different DJs and stuff. Like it's not just sort of one like little night where you see like a couple of like two famous DJs and then like three supported DJs. It's not like a remix night. It goes on from like 4 in the afternoon till 2 the following morning, and there's like 3 rooms of different types of music. So there's like a room for house and trance, there's a room for old school, which Paul Taylor's doing retro and stuff like that, and then there's like a room for like hard dance, you know, like hardcore raving music. Retro and Ravon have teamed up to do this, and the event is called Rob Tissera and Friends. Now Rob Tissera is an absolutely amazing DJ. As a matter of fact, he's one of my favourites. I went to see him at Brid back in December last year when he came to remix with Mark Breeze. He did a gig with Mark Breeze in Brid, and I preferred him to Mark Breeze. Now, no disrespect to Mark Breeze. Mark Breeze is still obviously an amazing DJ and has obviously got amazing talent, but no, not really. But Rob Tissera really surprised me when he got into the hardcore mix, and that's kind of why I want to go and see him on the 28th of May, because I think Rob Tissera will be sick. But the reason why I'm telling you guys now is because there's 3 different rooms. Now, I need to get your guys' opinion on what rooms we go in. Like, what rooms do you want to see me recording? Like, do you want me to try and go into, like, every room? Because once you bought your ticket, you can go into any room you want. Like, you're not just kind of, you're not limited to being able to go into just, one room. Like, you don't pay for one room. You pay your ticket and you get all the rooms available to you throughout the night, so you could have like a couple of hours in the house room, and then when it got a little bit later at night, you could then like think, well, you know what, I'm getting a bit more in the mood now, let's go into the hardcore room or something like that, and start raving a bit. And then when you get a little bit tired of raving to hardcore stuff, you can just kind of, it comes to sort of like the last couple of hours of your night, you can kind of think like, well, let's go and chill out now and go into the old school room, and let's go ahead and have a little bit of a chillax in the old school room and just wind down from what's been such an amazing night, if that makes sense. But I'm really, really looking forward to going, and the person what runs the remix events, he's going to the same event, so more than likely I might be able to get in with him. Like, I might be able to go, and then because I know him from the events at Remix, obviously, I might be able to like chill with him for a bit, if you know what I mean. Or I might be able to find out, kind of like how he's getting there and how he's getting back, or how he's kind of like, like what sort of type of hotel he's staying in, if he's staying in a hotel, kind of thing. And I might be able to, like see about it. So the reason why I'm doing this is because there's like so many bigger events out there, like which there's like so many bigger events lately what like come round in other areas, and it'd be a shame to miss them, because there's sometimes like these events where maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe even 8 big DJs just come to one big venue and do like massive house nights, or 3 rooms of like different styles of music, and we're kind of missing them because we're doing these like little local events, if that makes sense. Like, we kind of go to like little local events nearby, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy local events nearby, but there's so many things happening, and there's already like 2 big events what I wanted to go to this year, what I've had to like three big events actually already this year, what I've had to miss out on simply because there was no simply because we were like doing something on the day, if that makes sense, or say for example it clashed like right near a holiday, and that's just the unfortunate thing, that we're having to miss out on these. We had to miss History of House in Blackburn last weekend because we had Remix the day before, obviously. And then but then we also now have to miss Back to the Old Pool Festival, which is a festival obviously dedicated in Blackpool, and it goes on, if that makes sense. The list goes on of like what we're missing. And then I'm also now missing the Colour Festival in Glasgow in August because it's going to be too close to another holiday which I'm going on, which don't get me wrong, I enjoy these these family holidays what we go on, but next year I kind of want to do more festivals. So Clubbing Year 2018, which is probably going to run next year on the channel, I definitely do want to do some more bigger festivals instead of doing family, instead of doing like family holidays, because they're not really working for me, if I'm honest with you, because every time I want to go to like a big festival or something, it kind of seems to already clash with something that I'm already doing. Like a festival always seems to clash with a family holiday. So stream's frozen. I'm moving. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh yeah, Stampy, how was Stormzy live? I forgot to ask you, because you said you were going to see Stormzy live yesterday. Hi Galaxy Gaming. Yeah, you said you were going to see the Stormzy himself. How did it go? How was it? If you can hear me, I am interested. Yeah, I'm interested to know. And also, guys, I have something pretty massive lined up for Clubbing Year this year. I'm not going to say it's definite because there's a chance it's not definite. But I entered a competition to do with Pizza Hut. And if you win this competition, you win a trip out to Ibiza. And obviously, if we win, then I'm obviously gonna. That's like the one dream place that I wanted to go. One of my favourite brands of music called Pasha is out there in Ibiza. They have like a club called Pasha, and it's kind of like house music and retro music and all of that. But it's been on the go for years, and they've made like some of the best CDs what were ever made. So if we win this competition with Pizza Hut, then we will obviously be attending. We'll obviously be attending. We'll obviously be attending Clubbing Year with with Ibiza. But obviously, there's probably so many different people what have entered this competition. It's highly going to be likely that we've won, if that makes sense. It's highly going to be, it's probably not going to be likely that we win, but there is that small chance because we've entered, obviously, that we more than likely will win. So hopefully we do win, because it would be something. It would be something pretty cool if we did win. And I know why this isn't working out. We'll just leave that blank. But yeah, it would be really cool if we did win. My dream would be to go over there. That's all I've ever wanted to do, is go over there, because when you're into clubbing and raving, that is obviously the type of place you want to go, because it's kind of dedicated for a clubbing holiday. it's not somewhere where you go and look round museums and, you know, like take photos of statues and eat nice meals out. It's a place where you obviously go and rave. And I've heard so many stories about being over there. So apparently what happens is you rave on the beach all day. They have like beach parties in the day, which is like, you know, like music on the beach. You can sunbathe, relax, you can, you know, or you can just like proper dance and drink all day. Then apparently when it gets dark, you head inside to the nightclubs, which, you know, could be things like such as Pasha and, you know, like retros and stuff like that. Then apparently you rave all night till like the early hours of the morning. Then apparently you go for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and freshen up in your hotel room, and then you go back out and party on the beach all day. And you know, dedicated to how long you obviously stay in Ibiza. You know, you just do that, and it's just like a party weekend, I think. It would obviously be amazing to do. Don't trust me. I'd love to do that. Who don't you know? That'd be sick. Imagine that though, like just a week of just partying and doing, you know, partying and obviously eating to keep yourself alive. But just imagine a week of partying and not having to worry about stuff, you know, like other stuff, like just all that stuff you could do. Mate, it must be sick. But yeah, so after today, like I say, we are going to be taking a break from clubbing year. Not for long though, only like a couple of weeks, just because there isn't really any decent events about for a couple of weeks. Just, you know, just because it's a bit dead after today. And obviously, you know, it gives me chance to save up my Wonga. And then I'm going to try and attend this one at Leeds on like the 28th of May, hopefully, if I have like a couple of weeks break now. Which, you know, it'll be a shame to miss this one. And then, you know, we'll see how it goes from there, really. We'll see how it goes from there, which, you know, should be pretty decent, hopefully. If we can get this to, you know, if we can get this to work out. And hopefully it will, and then, you know, clubbing year is obviously going to keep going. So I'm definitely thinking about bringing it into 2018. That's definitely already been a big thought of mine. It's like one of my favourite series on the YouTube channel. Like it's my favourite thing to do on the YouTube channel. And I've actually made an error. But yeah, it is one of my favourite things to do on the YouTube channel. Like even better than Park Drive, which is probably hard to think, because obviously I really do like doing Park Drive, but I definitely think that clubbing year is definitely been a really fun series, because you know, it's kind of getting us about to different places. Also, you're getting to watch videos of the live acts. I know it's not maybe as good as me actually getting to go and see them, but it also gives me a memory. So like in a couple of years time, maybe if I'm not doing YouTube for whatever, but I still have the channel with the videos on, I can kind of go like, oh yeah, I remember when I went there, like, oh wow, as if I still got all the videos for here. And then that'll be all thanks to, you know, obviously me doing this series. It'd be all thanks to me, because then it's obviously given me the you know, memories and stuff like that. So that's obviously good. I keep making errors though on this. We need to bring this up by another one. Well, no, we need to do another window on top. Bring this up here. There we go. That's how we do it. It goes up by 3, then that goes along there. Now we take the brick across. That's where it goes. I'll just bring this down to here. There we go. I'll bring that to there, that to there. Ta-da. And then we just fill these up with the glass. Stormzy. Oh, sorry. I thought you'd left the stream because it said there was no viewers. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am glad you enjoyed it. I bet there was a lot there. I bet you, because grime has obviously become quite a big part of people's music life now. It's got more popular, hasn't it? So I reckon there'd have been quite a few people there. You know. Oh well, that's that bit done. You know what? We have nearly got this premiering done. Back's just plain. This is looking sick though. It's quite a biggish building. It's only a little service station. Oh Jesus, about 100 to 120. You know what? That's actually usually round what my remix nights are like. Actually, you know, because it was only they're only local at remix. It's not like the place I go, Utopia, usually isn't really that much of a well-known place for a nightclub. So you don't necessarily get like tons of people from all over going, and it hasn't really like been on the go years, kind of like where like Doncaster Warehouse, for example. Doncaster Warehouse, you could probably ask like most young raving people, or most like oldish raving people who like used to rave in the 90s or whatever, and then they'll say like, oh, we had some good nights at the Doncaster Warehouse. But you know, obviously like Utopia's kind of just they've been doing events for quite a lot of years, but they've kind of just started getting bigger with them. So, and they're mainly just a carvery place, so it's not going to be, you know, they're not going to be that huge anyway. But you know, 100 to 120 people isn't that bad. But yeah, but yeah, guys, like I say, Angie Brown. Okay, so yeah, guys, like I say, we'll be vlogging tonight, and like I say, I don't know how it's gonna go down. Usually we do like a 3 to 4 minute vlog at the start, then I cut to little video clips. I'm not sure how this night's gonna turn out. I've never been to this place before. I don't know how it runs. I don't know if they've got any other DJs coming on, or whether it's just like a normal, you know, kind of like drinking place, and then they've just got her singing live there for a couple of hours. I'm kind of guessing that there is going to be like some supported DJs doing other music, because they advertise a lot of like 90s discos and 80s discos. So I'm kind of guessing that there is going to be like other music to record and stuff like that, hopefully. And they're advertising shots and stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking that it is going to be more of like a night out place than just a place to, you know, just a normal pub. Because I know sometimes in normal pubs they do just get singers, don't they? So we'll just have to see. But there we go, guys. Premiering done on the outside. We just got to bring this wall around. When you go to remix, do you have to line up outside the nightclub? It depends, if I'm honest with you. It depends when you go to remix, because remix is one of them things where it's kind of, it gets busier later than earlier. So it starts at 9, but they have the supported DJs on. So the supported DJs don't really get that much attention compared to the bigger DJs, like who are lined up to go there. So if you go there like before it starts, you usually have to wait in like a miniature queue, but it's not that big, so you don't necessarily wait in a really long queue. but I tend to go like about sort of like 9:10, so it's just opened, and then the few people what have decided to go early, like me at the beginning, are already inside, and you can just walk in and show your ticket, go in, get a drink, and plus it gives you a chance to sit down for a bit, because when Remix gets busy, you're gonna be on your feet for quite a lot of the night. So, like obviously getting the chance to sit down is obviously, a decent idea, just to sit for a bit first. But no, you don't have to wait in a massive queue, no. Not like, for us, the doors open at 8 and they close at 9. Oh, Jesus, really? No, for me, like, the doors open at 9 and then the doors close at 2 a.m. Like, as in, that's when they stop letting people in. But then the actual event ends at, obviously, like 4 in the morning. But they stop taking entries at 2 because the main acts are on and it's packed in there then, Like, sorry, you can't come in now. And that's even if people leave. Like, say if somebody wanted to get in, but they couldn't get in. And say like a group of 6 people left, that person still wouldn't be able to get in, which I don't really get why, but I think like that's it. Like, they just close their doors at like 2, stop letting them in, ends at 11. True. I mean, if you think about it though, if he's doing like grime, it'd probably be out of breath if he was going till like 2 in the morning. When you think. And yeah, for us they check you for security reasons. Ah, fair dues. No, we just show our ticket, and then if they think, we need to, if we look a bit young and we should have ID, then they check us for ID. And then if but they know me in there now anyway. Like, they know me in the Utopia one because obviously I've been going for quite a while, and they even know what drink I want, let alone whether I need ID or not. Like, they see me coming up to the bar, and it's like they already have a glass ready, and they know exactly what drink I'm gonna be having. Like, right, it's almost like they'll see me coming up, and then one bar staff will say to another bar staff, get a Foster's glass ready. He'll be wanting a Foster's type thing, and it's like, yeah, man, sick. But guys, I'm still not sure if I can tell you this like bad news or not yet. It's kind of weird actually, if I tell you the truth, because there is a few people who do know about it, who I've some people who I'm like close with who know about it, who I've like been able to tell. But one of them said they saw a poster in Hull yesterday. About this like bad news what I'm gonna tell you, but I've not seen anything on any of the Facebook pages, so I'm kind of doomed as to, it's been like a week now, and I'm kind of doomed as to whether or not I can tell you or not. I really like doomed as to whether I can tell you or not, because someone claims they've seen a poster about it, but surely if there was a poster about, then surely there would have been like, surely there'd have been something like on the Facebook page, if that kind of makes sense, like, so I'm kind of not sure whether or not I can really tell you or not, because it's, it's just weird. Really weird if I'm honest, because I'm totally like as to whether I can tell you or not. So I'm gonna give it possibly a couple of days, maybe, just to see if anything else happens, maybe. And then if nothing happens, I'm gonna tell you, because, I'm not really sure. The reason why I don't want to tell you, like I don't know that it would be that much of a problem. But if there are any of my viewers who actually it's hard to explain. It's if people who necessarily support some of the stuff what I go to. If they actually go themselves and they see it and they spread it, it's kind of like they don't want a lot of people knowing yet. Like, I know probably a lot of my viewers are either in a different part of the UK and don't really necessarily, honestly, really particularly bothered or care about going raving. They just watch my channel or something, so it might not maybe necessarily bother them. But it's just if there was some viewers what did necessarily know about them. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I can reveal or not. But this is premiering about done. We're nearly got it done now. I'm just actually going to check on Google. See what comes up. And then if something comes up, then I will tell you. Right, okay. Stampy, where's my 1v1, man? Oh, okay. Let's have a look on here. Are you in camera okay now, Stampy? Radio 1's Big Weekender? Nope. No, okay. No, I can't see anything yet. Ash, what's going down with PD? Ah, well, what's going down with PD? Very interesting question. So, what's going down with Park Drive? Well, we did our big episode 75, as you know, where Marco came back for Steve Woods after all this time, and then Steve Woods actually ended up pushing him out of, well, hitting him with a stick, and then Marco obviously ended up falling back and fell out a window, and then Steve Woods was left with, you know, to bury the body. Ryan obviously came back for that as well, but he was kind of on the low key because he didn't want the cops to see him. He's now left to go and live at Grovewood on the run, and then basically Paul and Derek were going to Grovewood to get some building supply materials, what they've been wanting for their you know, what they've been wanting to, you know, get for starting this big project, this like 5-story apartment building. And obviously Paul was going a bit too fast. He missed a turning, he swerved for a car, hit another car, and then went into a tree. And Sean was obviously shot. He's kind of like, he's okay, he's had an operation on the shot wound, and now he's kind of got a little bit of a sore like back, because he kind of got shot in the upper back near his shoulder. Lucky it didn't paralyse one of his arms, but it's going to heal. He's going to be alright, basically. And then obviously Noreen was just looking after Daniel, and she had another one of her sort of like memory losses, where she kind of thinks, you know, that she's back in time, when she's gone back to time when you lived in the house with the green garage, like way before Steve Woods even started the fire, back when like you, Sarah, lived there, and you know, Lisa and Billy, and you know, Paul lived next door, and there was no such figures, Derek in Park Drive, or Harrison, or Daniel. Just back when it was back when it was Paul, and obviously, you know, like Mary, you know, sort of back in the early episodes of Park Drive, you know, like, you know, that type of thing. So I'm going to be leaving the stream here now anyway, guys, because I've got to get packed for tonight. Obviously, Angie Brown live, stopping at my mum's for it. I'm going out for a meal soon as well, because it's my family member's special day tomorrow. So like, subscribe and comment. We shall see you in the next stream.